Good evening, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler. This is Cosmic Connections. I'm also known as Agent 56 for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. So I welcome you to this week's edition of the Cosmic Connections, your astrological forecast for the week. And we do a little spiritual message work as well. And we have a question of the week. And wow, we're on the brink of the full moon enlightenment, and that's happening very soon. She said, very soon. Where's my book? It's 1:40 p.m. Tomorrow is our beautiful full moon. Wherever you are on the world, you can make your calculations. But always the time before the full moon, which we call gibbous, is a time to receive, because the energy in the big sky, in the big room, is more potent for intuitive musings. So it's not the actual full moon itself. I always picture the moon right before it's full as this big balloon that's getting fuller and fuller and fuller until it's about to pop. At the brink of the full moon, that's when we often can exhale. So all of us are feeling some not exactly anxiety. How about the word anticipation? Like that beautiful, I don't know, Carly Simon song. Is anyone anticipating something in their lives? That's what the full moon feels like to me. And this full moon, friends, we're going to talk about that tonight. We're also going to talk about Neptune going retrograde, and woohoo! Mercury is also gone direct. So this has been a big week. Good morning. So Vixie, you must be in the part of the world where it's morning, where the sun is shining. You see the sun is setting behind me. I'm in Buffalo, New York. Agent 56 with Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Hello, fellow Scorpio, Susan. Hi, Marianne and Nancy and Maria and Christine. Thank you for being such faithful watchers. Hey there, John. I'm going to take you up on your text. Hey, Jody. Hi, Terry. Hi, Debbie. And Kathy, my dear friend Kathy from Florida, Marianne and Krista, hello, Paula. Chastity, hello, welcome. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for being here. Please share if you're so inclined. Hi, Mary, Rebecca, Claudette, beautiful people from all around the planet. And we do share one world, don't we? One universe, one world. And it's all under the umbrella that's called astrology. Astrology is such an amazing language, my dear friends. If you know this much, or you've been studying like me since I've been 9 years old. Okay, well, maybe not exactly studying it, but yeah, at my nodal opposition, it discovered me. True story. I was so brazen as to call up a local talk show host at age 9 and tell him that astrology works. And it was John Otto. If any of you remember John Otto from the Buffalo Airwaves, the dean of, no, that's my ex, but he was also a dean of Buffalo Radio. Anyway, I don't know why I'm using this, because I'm just so happy to see you all. So tonight, our agenda is to talk about the full moon. And here's my question for you. Is anybody angry out there? Is anyone irritated? Is anyone feeling tension? Okay, so this is how I work. I like to bring the astrology into the world with anecdotal stories and narratives, because very often, if everything's connected in astrology, and if it works, right, astrology doesn't sleep. We have astrology when we're sleeping and dreaming. We have astrology in Thailand and Australia and Buffalo, New York. We have it all the time, subtly affecting us, not like puppets on a string, but rather subtle whisperings, the way the planets are dancing. So this full moon that's peaking, let me get this book. I don't like to give anything except exact information for you. You know, it's in my head. But this full moon is going to be in Capricorn, and it's going to be happening. This is Eastern Daylight Time, 2:40 tomorrow afternoon at 3 degrees of Capricorn. 3 degrees of Capricorn. And so the configuration of the full moon chart goes something like this. it creates a yod. The moon is in conjuncting black moon Lilith, which is in Gemini. The full moon is in conjuncting Mars, which is in Leo. So the yod, my friends, the collection of inconjuncts or 150-degree angles often forms a dance in the sky that feels like irreconcilable action. Like we're in a box and we're not seeing any light to get out of it. We're having to do what we have to do, but we might be railing against it because the moon is in conjuncting Mars, and Mars is the angry principle, and it's in conjuncting black moon Lilith, which is the principle, among other things, of freedom. Remember, Lilith got kicked out of the garden, and to her ever-loving benefit, when you're not under the auspices of Adam, you can have a little bit more freedom. Yeah, you can date around. You don't have to be his little wife. And that was part of the feisty feministic rage that Lilith embodies. Well, anyway, long story short, what caught my ear was the story I read, and it's in all the news all around the world. I'm going to quote here. Here's the quote. Let's see if you can attribute who the quote is. "I'm so angry, it's insane." Okay, so that's attributed to Britney Spears, the pop icon, young woman who's had a lot of difficulties, as we know, in the past few years. But she appeared in an LA courtroom today, and she's there to try to free herself from something called conservatorship. Being under the auspices of her dad. Because when she did have a breakdown, we all saw it, unfortunately. That's the problem with being in the public, right? Poor young woman really had a lot of emotional, mental issues, and she broke down. Apparently, we didn't know this. Now it's public record. Her family came in and basically is a steward of her life. They're not allowing her to do this, that, or the other thing. And so she's in court to try to bend those rules and try to get free. But what caught my ear was that quote, "I'm so angry, it's insane." So to me, that's a depiction of some of the anger that's brewing around with this yod that's being formed by the full moon. Do y'all follow that? Okay. All right. So, hi, Nadine and Lisa. It is so sad. Yes. Nancy's had some restless sleeping. Absolutely. Good evening, Lisa. Hi, DWK. Here I am. I'm on Facebook and on YouTube. And yes, I'm on the CIA site, I think, Cosmic Intelligence Agency. As I was saying earlier, if you have a little interest in astrology or even a big, please check out their wonderful, wonderful offerings. It's really, if it's not it's one of the top two in terms of sheer volume of offerings, websites on our planet. Cosmic Intelligence Agency. All right, stress here. Where is the full moon or when? The full moon sector, and I'm giving you the time in the Eastern Daylight Time because I'm webcasting to you from Buffalo, New York, actually Stockton, New York, a little town outside of Lilydale. The full moon takes place tomorrow, depending on where you are on the planet, on Thursday the 24th, 3 degrees of Capricorn at 2:40 p.m. So my experience with the full moon cycle is that the time before the full moon, we're feeling anticipation. And then at the full moon, we're actually being granted, so to speak, a sense of knowledge, inspiration, illumination. And my theory with this full moon being so close to summer solstice, happy summer, everybody, happy solstice, is that the solstice is the ingress of the sun into the sign of Cancer, which represents, among other things, security, nurturing, the juiciness of belonging to a family, belonging to a movement, belonging to a person, belonging to your career, belonging to a pet. belonging is Cancer and nurturing and protectiveness. And so the full moon is going to be in Capricorn. So my sense is we have a need to be needed and a need to need others and a need to protect others that always is being expressed at the solstice, summer solstice. And then the full moon being so close to it is giving us the marching orders or the mechanics, the structure through which we can strategize and receive information on how to feel more comfortable in our own skin or in our own lives. So at the full phase, we're able to do the mechanics of reassigning our needs with practical manifestation. That's my thought. Especially because this full moon's Sabian symbol is the following. A group of people are outfitting a large canoe at the start of a journey by water. Well, I hope it's a journey by water. It's a canoe. So the idea here is that a group, presumably like-minded people, are getting into their canoe and they're outfitting it. They're making themselves safe and secure, and they're going on a journey. So I would ask you, where are you going? Where are you going? Find where Capricorn falls in your chart, 3 degrees. Find how that journey is going to promote a sense of juiciness and security and awareness of being able to fit in. So that's one of the messages of this full moon, friends. And it peaks, like I said, tomorrow, or the 24th of June at 2:40 p.m. Okay. So, yeah, some of us might not be feeling necessarily stressed, but anticipation is a good word. So I'm interested in that question. And, okay, great comment there, Nadine. Yeah, apparently Facebook does not send me notifications of your live stream. I can't speak for Facebook. Facebook, I don't know, all of it. All the social media, my dear Dennis, as you know, to me, is one big mystery. All right. Yes, this is going to affect your Capricorn moon, Marianne. It's going to affect anywhere we find Capricorn in our chart. An illumination, a detachment, and understanding. It's often when, and we all know this to be true, when we are having a problem, a difficulty, or a challenge, when we step back and look at it from afar, we're able to get a different perspective. In my mind, that's the nature of the full moon. It allows us to have another point of view, a perspective. And it's under the auspices of this Cancer Capricorn time, and that means feeling like you need to belong, needing others and wanting to be needed and so forth. Some other aspects of this full moon, again, I can't say enough about the yod that's forming, 2 inconjuncts that can create some discord or aggravation. And I use the story of dear Britney Spears. We also have Mars. I looked at her chart, of course. Mars, the rabble rouser, the direct action taker, is right on her Hygienia, the asteroid Hygienia. So what that means is anything about self-care is aspected or represented by Hygienia in our chart. So Mars is pushing her perhaps to take care of herself in her own way. She's also quoted in the story. This is in all the Yahoo News and MSNBC News, so I'm not making this up, right? She says, I have an IUD, and my conservators will not allow me to take it out. So there are signs outside the LA courtroom saying, free Britney Spears. And so we take that story and ask yourself, what aspect of your life are you wanting to be made free from? Are you trying to free yourself from X, Y, or Z? And it might actually be in regarding to some aspect of health, especially where you find Mars in your chart in Leo. So isn't that most interesting? Okay. So Claudette is seeing an osteopath tomorrow. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I'm seeing one of my practitioners this week too. Will she be freed? Oh, that's a great question, my dear Lisa. And I really have to take a look closer at her chart. This just came before I started talking to you, so I haven't had a chance to really pursue that. I know that sounds like a cop-out answer. I could use my intuition, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually look at this lady's chart. She's a Libra rising. She's a Sagittarius sun. And I don't have her chart handy in front of me. I would like to. But in any case, I remember when Brittany really came in big in the scene, the popular music scene, she had Pluto on top of her sun. And that often happens. It tells you how Pluto, sometimes people are worried or concerned about what Pluto is all about. But Pluto is often the planet of wealth. And it can represent power and control. All right. Toothaches. Interesting, Chastity, because Capricorn rolls the teeth. So interesting. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay. Oh, I love that synchronicity, Dylan. So weird, speak of Capricorn, a song on radio is now playing called that, Capricorn. I want to get the name of that song, Dylan. Capricorn Sun, Retta. So my dear friends, really? Elizabeth just saw a cloud shaped like a canoe fully loaded with people and gear. It really grabbed her attention. I love the synchronicities in this moment. Please, my dear friends, explore the energy right before the full moon each and every month. It is often, I have found, to be one of the more psychic or intuitive moments of the month, because the gibbous cycle, it's like this anticipation. So we are perceiving reality. Maybe all those clouds are always there and those songs are always there, Dylan. But during gibbous, we are anticipating the enlightenment of the full moon, but we're more tuned in to perhaps the other awarenesses around us. I know a lot of psychics and mediums have strong gibbous in their chart. So all of us are strongly intuitive as a group during a gibbous cycle, and so much more at this cycle, because Capricorn, of course, is the sign of groundedness and structure. Alrighty, so I wanted to share that with you, and now I want to share with you where the full moon falls and vibrates in your own charts. And I realized I did not prepare for that. So I'm going to just jot some notes to you as I'm talking. For those of you who are available this Sunday at noon, that's Eastern Daylight Time, please join me for my monthly church service. I have a church. We haven't met in person for over a year. It's called the Divine Grace Fellowship. It's non-denominational. It has a spiritualistic root. And we talk and we meditate and so forth. And we share, and I do mediumistic messages during the service. So if you are available, please come to that. And that's Sunday, Eastern Daylight Time at noon. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then, of course, what other offerings do I have for you? Personal offerings would be on June 30th. My dear friends, that's next week. Please join me for a Lily Dale Astrology Discovery Evening. That starts at 7 p.m. until 9, and I'm going to be talking about Jupiter, aka Santa Claus. This is going to be presented under Lily Dale. I don't know if I can post that comment, so I'm going to put some postings here. Lily Dale Assembly. That's in the evening. Assembly.org. It's a .org. Is it going to go? And that's at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about Jupiter, and you can actually attend in person because Lily Dale will be open. Or if you are at the other side of the world, you can attend vis-a-vis Zoom. So all the information's at their website. It's called Astrology Discoveries. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler. Lily Dale, next week at 7 p.m., it's a Jupiter extravaganza. And again, if you're new to this, I welcome you with open arms. I want to draw your attention to the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, of which I am an agent, Agent 56, a collection of superb astrologers. And I'm not putting myself in some of those categories, let me tell you. But we've got some amazing astrologers from across the planet that serve the agency. You can learn, you can enjoy videos, you can learn how to become an astrologer by taking courses at the CIA. And so I wanted to show you about those offerings, and let's get into now how this full moon is operating in your own personal lives. Okay. Facebook only sends you notifications. You go to the page and request to receive. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Nancy always has answers. I'm not even kidding you. So if you want to receive notifications when I do a Facebook Live or anyone else, you can do that. Okay. Dylan, I think that's really cool. Excuse me. A Capricorn sun. If you find it, just messenger me. Messenger me? I'd love to hear that. Oh, John, you're going to be at the Jupiter class? Yay. And thank you, Lois. The Divine Grace Fellowship, it takes place the last Sunday of every month. And we honor, I call it Star Church, affectionately, because we honor the Cancer energy. So we'll be talking all about Cancer. And it's a little church service. It's like we worship the God of our understanding. I'm not here to convert anybody or anything along those lines. And actually, remember that, friends, we got Pluto opposite Venus. We can't tell anyone what to do whatsoever with this full moon. I have seen this past week in relationships. That's another question for you. People trying to convince others of their thoughts, of their feelings. I have seen people really trying to assert their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions and their beliefs on another person. And that's reflected by this energy of this full moon. I know what's best. Well, of course, I know what's best for me. Sovereignty again, even the story of Britney Spears, right? With Mars in Leo, all of us are being asked to be our own shining star, but not necessarily assert that on someone else. My interpretation of it, but we all have interpretations of it. But in personal relationships, beware that if you are in especially a romantic relationship with a lot more at stake, when you are blending with another person, not just mind, not just emotions, but with your bodies, there could be that tug of war going on this week. And just avoid it. It will pass. It will pass that adamancy that says, I am right, right? Okay, and then again, the idea with Britney Spears. I mean, this narrative story, when we look at famous people carrying the weight of archetypal stories, it's amazing to me. Every major astrological event will have something out there which is reflecting the energy of the room. All right, so okay, let's go into the signs. If you're Aries or Aries rising, the full moon is illuminating what you need to do to ground the juiciness of belonging in your career. All right, so this could be maybe a new career path for you. Remember the canoe, lining up with all of your provisions and going on a new journey. So maybe you Aries people are saying, man, it's time to get into a new job or a new career or a new leadership ability. That's for our Aries. For Taurus or Taurus rising, the full moon is illuminating your own beliefs, your thoughts. It's helping you market your truth, your writing, your teaching, all of that. And you may even be inspired by this full moon to perhaps plan a trip to get out of Dodge somewhere. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, the full moon's energy is illuminating empowerment. It's in your eighth house, and the eighth house in my mind is about personal power that comes to us through psychological awareness and insight, or spiritual yearnings and connecting with the God of your understanding. That is for our Gemini friends. Plus, Gemini, you've already gone through the solar eclipse. Oh my goodness, you're changed inside and out. You're like a butterfly, Gemini, that's just been released. And so now the full moon is giving you that bit of extra energy. If you're Cancer or Cancer rising, the full moon is glaringly showing you how to ground and structure and rebuild your relationships, how to look at the lens, through the lens of love, who your partner is and how you can strive to better the relationship, and putting yourself in their shoes. So you're very empathic anyway, Cancer, but with this particular full moon, you're going to be keenly aware of others, keenly aware. And so use that energy to illuminate and understand yourself more. Leo or Leo rising, the full moon is illuminating your self-care. How are you taking care of yourself? Are you really doing the nutrition thing the way you should? Are you really walking or exercising? Are you using the tools of your trade in such a way that you're working smarter and not harder? That's for our Leo friends. If you are Virgo or Virgo rising, play. The full moon is asking you to tap into your inner creativity, play more, have fun, maybe resurrect an old hobby, or connect with your kids or grandkids. If you're Libra or Libra rising, the focus is on your home, on your surroundings, on your family, creating juicier sense of belonging. If you're doing some sort of remodeling or moving or improving the structure of where you live, that is the focus for you beautiful Libras or Libra risers. Scorpio, the full moon is illuminating and giving you information and strategy on how to say what you want to say in a more clear, structured manner. Perhaps you're a writer or a teacher. Perhaps you are a mom or a friend and you want to give good advice. What practical common sense advice can you give to your loved ones? You'll find the words with this full moon. Perhaps because of the Mercury retrograde these many weeks, it went direct, by the way, yesterday at 6 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time. When Mercury went retrograde all these weeks, Scorpios may have been choked in their throat chakra. So you may be able to communicate in such a way that says your piece without being too bossy. We know you Scorpios, myself included, can be a little bit too bossy sometimes. If you're Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this energy is focusing on your money, on your abundance, and your self-worth. If you've been thinking to yourself, I'd love to have a little bit more cash at hand, perhaps the full moon will give you some inspired thoughts on how you can take a hobby and turn it around and create another cash flow for yourself, a new business. Or if you're employed, you might be asking your employer for a little bit of a perk or a raise. Good time to do it after the full moon. You'll get the download. If you are a Capricorn, all eyes are on you. All our eyes are on the Capricorn energies, rising or sun sign. This energy is your full moon. It only happens once a year. You're going to be able to step into your own authority and feel more alive and more responsible, reliable, and respectful. You'll be taking yourself more seriously, so others will be taking you more seriously, Capricorn. Aquarius or Aquarius rising, the full moon is asking you to rest a little bit. Get away from that maddening crowd and do what you need to do to take a break, maybe take a vacay, or maybe meditate, or It's not a bad idea, Aquarius, to take a nap. The energy is asking you to slow down physically so that your emotional, psychic energy can flourish. That's for the Aquarius rising or Aquarius sun signs. Last but never least are our beautiful Pisces friends. The Pisces energy is taking stock with this full moon of their friends, their groups, and their associations. The full moon is asking them to practically consider restructuring who you want to be in your life. Perhaps you want to start your own group. Perhaps you want to start, I don't know, a volleyball club or a book club, or do some sort of research with your friends, Pisces, whatever that might mean for you. Become more social and allow the full moon's energy to inspire you to find the friends that generate with you. All right. Good evening, Shirley and Crystal and Deb. Hello, Virgo rising. All right. That's interesting. Again, my friends, Crystal's making a great point. Sometimes we might feel our rising sign more than our own sun sign. And that's why we want to blend both. If you don't know your rising sign, I do have a little app on my humble website, CassandraJoanButler.com, where I have different offerings for people. And please sign up and join my newsletter. I'll be sending something out tonight. And it's going to be kind of a, reiteration of what I'm talking about right now. But I always keep in touch with the people who want to be in touch with me. But on the front page, it says, discover your astrology. You can plug in your energy, your birthday, birth time, birth city, and then it goes to an app and you get a chart. So that's a free service. Hi there, Tracy. Hello, Rocchio and Stephen. Hi, Shirley. Good evening, Susie. Love you too, darling. Hey, Beth. Lens of love. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Chastity. Okay. Thank you, Chastity, for that. Wow, your 2-year-old is a Gemini. Wow. Cool, Melissa. Your Gemini little one just had a solar eclipse. Very powerful youngster you do have. Okay, love y'all too, Dylan. Thanks. Most of my SHIT is in the 8th house, and you're Gemini rising. Love it. Hey, Linda, you're traveling on the full moon, especially because, as you know, Gemini is now direct. Hi there, Sunny. Hi. Okay. Hi, Deanna. All right. So the nodes in Cancer, Capricorn are going to really affect you with this full moon. You'll get some insight on what direction you want to do. Okay. Isn't that amazing, Elizabeth? I love that Elizabeth saw the Sabian symbol in a cloud formation. Remember, the full moon Sabian symbol is a group of people outfitting a large canoe, preparing to go on a water journey. What emotional journey are you going to be going on as being illuminated by our beautiful full moon? We are all on a path, and the full moon gives us a little oomph, and just to watch for the illumination. Practicality, structure, authority. These are words that resonate with the Capricorn full moon. That only happens once a year, all right? So there you go. Okay. You are the butterfly releasing, darling. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. The butterfly coming out of her cocoon and flying, and more flying. All right. You guys are so awesome. It's so fun to see the same names here over and over. And if you would be so kind, if you enjoy this and you want to spread the word, so to speak, like a little butterfly, like my South Node, then do share to your Facebook page. I would appreciate that. When you share, your name goes into one of my baskets. And then I put your name in the basket and I draw a little prize. And I've been really getting into the Sabian symbols. You see, we have Sabian symbols for each of our planets and asteroids within our chart. And they've been enormously helpful to me. And I want to give a shout out to the beautiful, wonderful Linda from Australia, Linda Hill with a Y, not with an I. I got to meet her at an astrology conference many, many, many moons ago. I was totally impressed with her. And she has rewritten the original work of Mark Evan Jones and Dane Rudyard's book, Sabian Symbols, into a more palatable manner. So you can go to her website, Linda Hill, or I think it's Sabian Symbols dot something, maybe it's org. And I'm just thinking about her in this moment and being grateful of having worked with her and appreciative of her work. Simple explanation of the Sabian symbols, of which one of you are going to win one right now. Sabian symbols are the esoteric word pictures which are descriptive of each of the 360 degrees on our wheel. Astrology is based on the circle, just like all those planets and those beautiful lights in the sky. They draw in circles or spirals. You know, wouldn't it be interesting if we had planets that were box shaped? Just like my screen is box shaped. No, we humans like boxes. We like angles, but nature likes to draw in circles. Getting off track. That's what I do. Close your eyes, friends, and let's pick a winner tonight. Okay. The winner of this week's Sabian symbol is Amy Monroe. Amy, are you in the room? Amy. Hi, Mary. Thank you. Oh, thank you for sharing, Stephen. Your name goes into the box. All right, for next week. Okay. The book you're reading is called The Chimp Paradox. Interesting. Amy, I'm not sure in the room. You are in the room, but since you are on Facebook, I can contact you, and I'll give you your Sabian symbols. Hello, Michael. Hi there. Thanks for being here, Nadine. I'm glad you can join too, Mary. All right. No box for you. Yeah, I mean, we humans, sometimes we box ourselves in, don't we? And okay, just a review. This full moon gives us an opportunity to know where we're going on this journey by water. Water means emotions. We might be going with a group of people. We have to outfit it. We have to be prepared. And the full moon occurs. And then we get illuminated where we find 3 degrees of Capricorn. Got it? 3 degrees of Capricorn. And the juiciness and the need and the want and the desire to be safe and secure from the summer solstice gets grounded in the next phase of the full moon. So we all want the same things, right? We want to be loved. We want to be needed. We want to need. And well, this is the time of the year to do just that. It's so nice to see it light outside still. But remember, friends, to everything there is a season. Tick, 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 tick. At least up in the northern climes. No, we're losing light. Oh, well, I'm not going to get depressed. Okay, next part of our little presentation, dear friends, and thank you for being here. We do mediumship. It's a very simple formula. I don't know how else to do this fairly. I know I would love to be able to give you all a meet and greet from spirit, but I could just do 2-ish. And I just close my eyes. I use my fingers. You note things and comments. You can see the moon. Oh, how cool, Dylan. Beautiful. Talk to that moon. Thank you for sharing, Melody. You go in the basket. Thank you very much. Hi, Gambit. Oh, thank you for tagging too, Nadine. You were such a sweetie. Thank you. Appreciate it. What else I want to say about that? Come to church with me on Sunday, 12 Eastern Daylight Time. Make sure you check out the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. I'm a proud agent, 56. We write, we give offerings of teachings and wonderful videos. And if you want, if you're so inclined, jump on my website, Cassandra Joan Butler, and I have different offerings there as well. This is what I do. I've been doing this for way long. 40 years. Oh my God. All right. Finger, close eyes, say prayer. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light and truth, inspiration and healing, the highest and best, as I align on behalf of you all with the holiest of spirits and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. I have come to Melissa Peterson. Melissa, may I speak with you And the only consideration, I like to make sure you're in the room when I'm talking to you. It's not really, but it's more fun that way because I can get feedback. So if Melissa Peterson is open to a message, all you have to do, my dear, is say, yes, thank you. I appreciate you too, Gambit. I appreciate each and every one of you. Melissa, are you in the room? So a few words about mediumship. Guess what? We are all mediums because we all have half a brain. Okay, beautiful, Melissa. The left brain is the logical brain, which is the great purview of astrology. That's why people sometimes get nervous about astrology because it looks so technical, and it is. But the intuitive or divination part of our brains is accessible to all. When we dream, when we have daydreams, when we have intuitions, when we have gut feelings, that's the right side of our nature. That's the original telepathic, clairvoyant arena of our psyche that can tell if something's right or wrong. Right. So I kind of say my prayer, I turn it off, and I'm tuning in to Miss Melissa. And as I'm tuning in to you, my friend, first of all, I'm seeing your space. I'm seeing where you live, and I'm seeing, it's kind of humorous to me because you're so busy. All we know about you is that you have a 2-year-old. But I'm in the kitchen arena. I'm in the kitchen, and I'm in the kitchen with you, with your child, trying to get everything organized. And one of the things that I'm aware of as I'm doing kind of Akashic record stuff is that the lights in the kitchen are very glaring. It's a simple thing, but you've been too busy to adjust the lighting in the kitchen. Maybe it's too harsh or maybe it's too bright, but you might want to invest in some low lights so there's a calming ambiance in the kitchen, or do something different with the lighting itself, because sometimes you're so busy, you're racing from thing to thing to thing, taking care of your child. And I also feel that you might be on hiatus right now from a job, or you might be just more home based with a business, and that you're yearning and you're yearning and longing to be out and about with people more, because you're very much a people person. And I think some of your offerings as a human is to help others in need. I don't know, it might be even counseling or something like this, or human resources. But what I'm picking up is that you've got a very good heart and soul, that you know how to empathize with others, and you're very good at collecting data and giving it to others as an offering. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Mason. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Ann from Norway, White Lights. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for liking my glasses. Melissa, you can answer that yay or nay, but I feel that one of the things you're very, very good with is working with people and offering this collection of information. Like you're a researcher that will compile information and give others, clients and so forth, what you have found. But it feels more than just as a mother of a 2-year-old, you're in transition. And I try to do this without actually looking at anyone's chart. I just like to kind of go in within. And it feels that the COVID year was a series of a pause for you to reflect that the direction you are in work-wise has to be kind of shifted in such a way. And interpersonal relationships are going in this direction, and your career is going to another direction. And I think you may have even found some satisfactory new decisions somewhere around mid-May, around the time of the Jupiter ingress, that you got excited about something new in your life. That's around May 13th. So as we get into September of this year for you, Melissa, there's a new active job or situation that starts. Your child is one of those special, amazing intuitives, and just a bright light. I just want to leave it with that, a bright light. I'm also picking up with you from spirit. It's a gentleman, and either he absolutely loved vehicles, cars, maybe he worked on cars or trucks, or maybe he did long haul trucking or something along these lines. But I'm going back a generation or two, that he was always on the move. And either he worked with these vehicles or he was always traveling in transit. I don't feel it's a father. I feel it's a person of that generation. It could be an uncle or a cousin. And perhaps he even, I don't think he passed in a car accident, but I'm getting cars very strongly with him. And he's reminding you that you will have your time to have that freedom and to be on your own with the exploration nature that you have. I feel you have a very strong gypsy soul, that this is a pause time for you, but you're going to be able to do your exploring again. Okay. All right. Thank you for that feedback, Miss Melissa. And I'm honored that you're here tonight. So God bless you. Thank you for being here. Okay. All righty. Our hearts to you too. I'm going to do another message. I started doing radio readings like this, and I'll be doing more of that. I just have to find the right avenue so I can actually hear your voices when I'm doing this. So, join my newsletter so I'll let you know when I can do more live and get the initial feedback from you. I like doing this, but it'd be greater to hear your voices. All right, so for our next person, I'm getting Rhonda Burns Siendra. Okay. Okay. There. Dear Rhonda, are you still in the room? Are you still in the room, Miss Rhonda? Tell me, Rhonda, 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 Rhonda. Hi, Virginia. Oh, okay. Gambit, that would be great. Talk. Give me a message. I just recently did some radio work. I mean, what's cool about radio is that it can be based anywhere. Is it an Odyssey station, Gambit? But I would love to do some radio in Florida. I have a feeling someday I might end up somewhere in Florida. I have a lot of friends there, right, Kathy? Who knows? Just because we do astrology and we're psychics and mediums, do not even think that we know everything that's going to happen in our lives, please. Because what fun would that be? We all have to be in the same boat of, one day at a time. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hi, Diane from Australia. All right, Rhonda, you're it. God bless you. May I please serve Rhonda? May I please offer her love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing for her highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Rhonda, as I'm picking up with your energy, I'm feeling that you have gone through a shift in awareness just this spring of excitement that you haven't felt for a long time. It's almost as if, even though we're still, kind of under the cloud of COVID, you have such a sense of optimism about the future. And that optimism is coming from your spiritual work. You have been doing more meditation, more walks, more spending time by yourself, more time gardening. You've been doing a lot of reflection and feeling the impulse and the sense that all will be well, even though we are in this collective mess. You are refusing to allow your negativity, we all have negativity, to take over your positivity. And this is new for you. I don't know you that well, Rhonda. I think I've met a couple times. I see you every week here, but I'm feeling that you've made a concerted effort to kind of evolve into this more positive being. And who's helping you? I'm getting two ladies up in spirit who have been feeding you inspiration, prayer. And one is a very, I want to say agnostic lady. She wasn't a big churchgoer. She's almost like an Auntie Mame figure. She was, I say it this way, she was a partier. She'd like to have a couple drinks. She'd play cards. She'd laugh. She would say, the most important thing is to have people around you and to enjoy them. If she feels kind of anti-like, I said anti-Maine, but I feel that she's got this beautiful joie de foi. I didn't say that well, but you understand what I'm trying to express, I hope, dear friends. She had this sense of joy about life. And then I feel that there's another grandmother, but she's much more of your pious, sensitive, quiet, behind the scenes, prayerful woman. But they're both giving you different tools on how to navigate. The grandmother, by the way, I think you have some of her something soft, like a quilt. Maybe she actually knit or a tablecloth. I'm getting some tangible touch in my fingers from grandma. Okay, and so okay, that makes sense. Okay, Marianne, that's your other mother. That's funny. Okay. Auntie Mame, Auntie M. And so what about the grandmother? The grandmother who's more pious, and she's the prayerful one, the quiet one, the one who's behind the scenes. She could be a great grandmother now. Okay. People are asking such beautiful questions. I will answer them in a minute. I'm just talking to our Rhonda. So what I'm seeing for you, Rhonda, as we get into the summer, I see you doing some more work with others and sharing with others your spirituality. Alrighty. And one of the things I would see for you, my dear, and okay. Oh my goodness. There was some fear that you have, Rhonda, about someone close to you. This could be a spouse or a best friend, a health concern, and you're uplifting them. And I feel that the crisis is over and everything is more neutral and in a better situation. Do you understand that? Okay. You didn't know her much. A music teacher that didn't like the kids around much. Again, she was the quiet one. She was the quiet one. Thank you for that feedback, Rhonda. But I'm also picking up someone that you're very concerned with that had a health concern, but things have now alleviated, and now you're exhaling. And so the energy needs to be on you to have the joy of nature, of being with friends, of going out to dinner once in a while, of cooking dinner, because I don't know if you're a foodie, but you like to experiment and make new things and share that with other people. So, my dear, I'll leave that with God's blessings, and the person that you're concerned about with the health crisis that seems to be neutralized and that they're on the up and up. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. Thank you for being such a faithful watcher, dear Rhonda. And for all of you new, this is who I am. It's Cassandra Joan Butler, and I'm sending out a newsletter tonight.com. That's my website. And my page is Cassandra Joan Butler. Oh, someone did that for me. Cassandra Joan Butler, astrologer and teacher. Please like my page. And if you'd be so kind, and if your fingers aren't too tired, please, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm kind of new to this. I'm just a little butterfly coming out of her cocoon after being in a cocoon of 30 years and saying, yes, all this social media, I can talk to people. I can share my passion. I can demonstrate that astrology is alive and well, and it is the umbrella above us all. And as above, so below. And we're all protected, and we're all going through this universal life together. And we all need each other. And we're all made of the same stardust, but in different configurations. We all have all the signs in our makeup. Some of us have more Leo, and some of us have more Virgo, but we're all the same, but different. And that's what astrology teaches us. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this second time watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Yay, yay, yay. Hello from Mexico, Susanna. Much love to you all, and share. We're all in this together. Really, truly. It's so much fun to see different countries in the room. We're smelling the same moon energy. So smell that full moon energy. It's lighting up everybody. everywhere, somewhere on the planet. God bless you all. We'll see you next Wednesday. God willing. Have a great week.